Hey everybody, I'm back. Well, I'm home sitting across my bed and watching TV while I'm cooking some chicken legs, roasted red peppers, and then I will be eating a salad. So that probably should be finished about an hour or so. Alright, I'm gonna wait till some of y'all come online and see what you're up to. See what y'all doing.
But that was before the 18-year-old met and fell in love with Henry Hill. Bricklayer by day, monster by night.
Where is everybody?
In 1965, a friend said Karen
Where y'all at?
a blind date with a
Usually somebody be jumping online. Well, I'm gonna wait a few minutes, see what y'all doing.
who she was meeting. They wouldn't have let her walk out the door.
Anyways, well, let me tell y'all.
Capra restaurant in Brooklyn. Karen met her date for the
Guess who got signed up with Uber Eats? Me.
barely made eye contact with Karen.
Yep.
Rushed her through dinner.
I'm telling y'all, they must really trying to get people back on that platform because I don't know. I just open, I had the app on I still had the app on my phone, and after I was chatting with somebody online,
Go out with Henry one more time.
and I had made it really clear that I said I do not want to do people. I said, can I set up my account just to do Uber Eats only? So it wasn't until then that they told me to sign up using a different email. And when I signed up yesterday, I got approved today. So, I looked on my app and it said it needed attention. I keep getting the emails from Uber about your you need to update your documents within 30 days. And I said, you know what? I thought I made it real clear to delete my profile. So obviously, that didn't happen. So I went through the process, spoke to someone in the chat, and I basically told them I just want to be Uber Eats. And obviously Uber Eats must be a whole new separate, it's Uber, but it's like a separate company, if you understand what I mean. And so I'll be doing Uber Eats. And like I said, my strategy for doing Uber Eats is stay central, stay around the house. I won't be putting all those miles in my car, doing Instacart, going to Swanee and coming and stuff. But I could make probably just as much. Well, put it this way, I know I'm gonna probably make the same amount of money doing Uber Eats than I was doing Instacart. So I'm going to now my videos will be focused on doing Uber Eats. I'm not doing people. I don't have my profile is not to drive, and and like I said, it's easy. It's easy, and the fact that they expanded outside of their normal areas that they used to be in, which was in Decatur and downtown. I don't gotta go down there no more. I can go to from Stone Mountain all the way down to Lilburn, all the way down to Snellville. So that's a good thing. And then let me tell you, in regards to that damn Instacart, I sent them numerous emails. I said, you need to tell me what I did wrong, because I already put a lot of sweat and tears in that dang job doing that dang Instacart. So I think I finally went a breakthrough, because today I spoke with somebody. I said I want to speak with someone higher up, and I guess obviously with the emails that I sent and everything is saying now that my account is being reviewed, and they told me, oh, be patient, you know. So I may be reinstated back to Instacart because obviously the steps that were done, the action that was taken, everything that was done was not done proper, in my opinion. And
she had a daughter named Gina.
but you know what? Like I said,
Karen took to motherhood.
I'm concentrating on my new business, which is 1099 TPS tax and consulting services. Hopefully y'all see that previous video.
For days at a time.
I hope y'all was able to see that share screen because, you know, I'm working on that website. And I'm going to be launching my own business, the tax business. You know, sometimes, you know, I was so preoccupied and all this driving and doing deliveries that I kind of somewhat lost focus. So watch out for that. I find it is a need, it's a niche, and I hope y'all just give me some questions in terms of what you want me to cover. I'm going to be doing, hey, one person.
Henry came home and went
Dang, I was waiting. It took 6 minutes for somebody to get on. Who's on here?
out with his regular girlfriend.
Tell me, who's on here? Is it Paula, Joseph, Flog Therapy, Monique? Who else be on here all the time?
Henry grabbed the gun away from his wife and slapped her.
Forever
He
Safe,
was outraged.
my friend from New Orleans, Miami.
Face with her husband's lifestyle. For the moment,
Tell me who's
she
on
was an
here.
innocent victim,
Let me see.
but soon she would become
Dorian. Hey, Dorian. What's been going on? Well, as you can see, I'm laying across this dang bed, cooking my dinner. I'm cooking some roasted chicken legs or drumsticks, roasted red potatoes, and then I'll be having
peanuts and a caramel core that gets the job done. It's 10.5
and some salad. I'm gonna make you a salad.
cake size, which is 14.7.
Ain't gonna be fancy, just that, you know, eating healthy for once for dinner. So, as I was saying before you came on, guess what? It is delicious. I went to the farmer's market the other day, like I told y'all. When I went Monday, so I picked up some vegetables and chicken, and hey, number 2 person, Joseph, I miss y'all. You know, it's been a couple of days since I've been online. You know, I guess after being kicked off from Instacart, and I wasn't driving. I've been sitting at home. I haven't left my house since last week, Thursday, after I did my last and final delivery with Instacart. I pretty much stayed home all week. I haven't left the house or anything, except for I went to the farmer's market on Monday. So let me tell you the updates. The first important update is this time that I took, it allowed me to start my business. Now you can see the change in my YouTube channel. It says TPS Tax and Consulting Services, and due to high demand and due to a need, I saw that, you know, why not use my talents, my expertise, you know, as a 1099, working on these gig jobs and all, you know, and all these people who are new to these tax regulations going on. And I said, I've been offering tax tips throughout my channel, and I found out when I was discussing various topics in my channel that a lot of people sought me out to provide them services and give them advice. And I want to offer more than just being a tax preparer. I'm going to be your consultant. As you know, I have extensive experience in tax law, working with the IRS, taxpayer advocate, and all these budgetary constraints with the IRS. Trust me, it ain't going to get any better, because the cutbacks has kind of put a hampering on people contacting the IRS for questions, addressing issues of identity theft. People receive notices and they can't call the IRS because they can't get a hold of anybody. You can't go to the tax office because, you know, that's a long wait. So I said to myself, you know what, let me go ahead and now offer my own services. You know, I have over, you know, I worked over 10 years with the IRS. I did start initially in 96 and 97. And I worked at various small tax preparing firms. My degree is in accounting. Yes. So I want to offer that type of service to y'all, particularly those in 1099 and the ride sharing economy. So go back on the other video I made about an hour ago. I did it in my home office and I was trying to do live stream on Google Hangout, and I showed a brief glimpse of my website. So I'm working on my website, and I will be doing a lot of webinars, and I'm going to do some series of tax questions that people have. But the important thing is you want to start now. You know, if you're working these 1099 jobs, you want to really start. You should be making your estimated tax payments. I'm going to make my payment with the estimated tax payments in a couple of days, and I'm going to do it online when I'm at my laptop and show y'all, and then we're going to go over things like that. The other second news I got is I got approved to go back to Uber. So after all that fuss at the local office a couple of weeks ago, I had went online and spoke to someone in the chat room, and they told me to just start a new profile with a new email, and I had submitted my information, and they had at the request I deleted doing regular Uber X, and I'm exclusively doing Uber Eats. So they just approved me today. So they sent me the text message saying you're now approved to do Uber Eats, and I started all over again. So I will be doing Uber Eats, and it's not bad to do Uber Eats. You know, I think that now Uber is really trying to get into profitability. Yeah, they trying to get into profitability. They really trying to get people to drive and get on board with Uber. They even offering a $200 bonus for people to drive. Now I'm gonna figure out how to use my code, you know. And okay, I'm back, y'all. That thing. So yeah, so they approved me to do Uber Eats today, so I'll be doing Uber Eats. And like I said, when I was doing Uber Eats, I was, to be honest with you, I could make $80 a day, you know, $80, $90, or maybe more. And now that it's expanded out in the suburbs, it expanded out to Stone Mountain, you know, we don't have to, everybody don't have to be driving down to dang Decatur and all that places over there to do Uber Eats. Yes, and McDonald's. And trust me, they have expanded Uber all over. It's, you know, when I started doing Uber a year ago, it'll be almost a year ago to the day in a couple of weeks that I did Uber. I started doing Uber July 25th. It was either the 15th or the 25th, one of those days. But I did Uber 1 year ago, coming up soon. And when I did it, I was driving people. And I wasn't hustling hard like that. I was not hustling hard when I was doing Uber. But you give, you know, on on a given day, I could make anywhere from like $700, you know, $600, $700. And it was some good money you could make. I mean, to be honest, and that wasn't even with the tipping option. So, like I said, when I did all these other gigs and all those other ones, to be honest with you, Uber, I hate to say it, Uber's probably one of the best in terms of its technology platform than all of them. Than DoorDash, Grubhub. You know, most people may disagree because I think a lot of people got bamboozled in food because they were getting tips with Grubhub. You know, they say, oh, I got more money in tips with doing Grubhub. But you know what, though? That's if you have some people who are going to, those were people who were like going to maybe more higher end restaurants with Grubhub, and if you got a good, if you got good tips, to be honest. No, it was average tips, to be honest. Yeah, because to be honest with you, let me tell you with Grubhub, you know, you got that $3 delivery fee plus 50 cents a mile, and you weren't even going that far. And then if somebody left a good tip, like $5, $6 tip on top of the $3, and then the mileage, which is usually like $1, $2. I mean, if you're really going far, that's not really a lot. 50 cents a mile, you know, that's not really a lot. But
it wasn't a successful experience.
You had to really do it in high traffic areas, and like I said, it was limited at the time. You know, you had to go where downtown Decatur or North Drew Hills, you know, go to one of those high concentrated areas where a lot of people tend to order food. And but then, like I said, you saw a whole bunch of other people there too, Postmates and Uber Eats and Grubhub. When do you start? I'll probably start tomorrow. No, I have an interview tomorrow. I'm gonna start tomorrow. I could start tonight, to be honest. I could just, you know, sit right at home, go up the street, hang around at McDonald's or go to that wherever, turn on an app, and trust me, I'll probably get some orders because, like I said, I'm sticking around the house. I'm gonna go stick right up and down the house. Hey, y'all.
And Lorraine Bracco was cast as Karen.
Read this guy's complaining that Uber added tips in it.
Karen Hill's life story is about a
Who's complaining?
Raising her family in the mob.
Karen Hill.
Who was complaining? Who did that?
Wife with a heart of gold, like no other woman I
Who's
ever
complaining about that? Tell me,
It's still a
Kevin.
magnificent love story. It really is.
Ken Penner at
Nikki Scarfer was probably the most
AJC.
mafia boss.
I don't know. Whoever's complaining about tips, they need to quit. You know, I mean, I always had an argument that people may not tip as much or don't expect influx of all this money being made in tips with the app, because people, I mean, that's what I'm saying. With people, they get in your car.
If you're going to do what I say, or you're going to pay the price, and the ultimate price.
Okay, I'm gonna go and look into that. myajc.com/business.camp. Okay, I'm gonna look into that. See who's doing what their argument was. What did they say in the argument? 'Cause I can't read. Let me see. People should always tip as part of the service. Yeah, exactly. It is part of the service. It's part of the service. That's why I said, shoot, I'm gonna stay around local. You know, you get that, you establish that rapport with people, and since they could tip on the app, shoot, you could get $2, you may get $3, you may get none or whatever, but I'm just gonna keep it moving. You know, that's what I'm going to do.
Philadelphia mob. Nicodemo Scarface.
I said, you know, doing that damn Instacart, I'm going to tell you, when you shopping for $200 and $100 worth of groceries and people, you know, I mean, you thinking you ordering you just shop for $200 worth of groceries. Even if the order came up to $70 worth of groceries, you would think somebody would leave like $15 tip, you know? No, they don't. They don't. I mean, it was very few people that I really got good tips from on a consistent basis. Now let me tell you about Instacart. Even though they deactivated my account, let me tell you what they told me today. I called them today because I said, you know what, I ain't letting this go. I'm not going to have my name defamed and telling me I did something wrong when I know I didn't do anything. So after I finally got a hold of somebody, I told them I sent numerous emails. I told them, y'all, but they were ruining my life financially, mentally, physically, with stress. And I felt that what they did was an injustice. The person told me on Monday they had forwarded my case for review to be reinstated because they said that some guy told me, he said they are looking into it and it shows here you have a good report card. Obviously they got this report card. And they was like, you took over 400 something deliveries, and they said that they never saw any issues or complaint before. So I pressed the matter so hard that they said give them a few more days and you know, don't press it too much, meaning that don't go apes on anybody or whatever, and they said they'd probably be reinstating me back. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I'm still gonna I'm gonna see what they're gonna do, but I don't know. But like I said, for now, I'm gonna I have an interview tomorrow with this temp agency for financial services staffing agency, and I'm gonna be going there tomorrow, and then I'll be doing Uber Eats, and then SunTrust. Yeah, let me tell you what happened with SunTrust. So I got an email today from SunTrust for another position at this branch, and as a financial service consultant at the SunTrust Bank inside of the Publix in Dunwoody. So she told me, was I interested in going to that location and that commute. I said, I don't know, I don't understand. I said, y'all act like Stone Mountain and Dunwoody is so far off. So I said, yes, I can commute there, and it's not even far. I mean, it's like, what, 15-20 minutes for me to get to Dunwoody, if that. So she told me we could talk on Friday. No, first she said Monday at 12 noon we could talk over the phone. Then she sent me another email, says that she wanted to do it sooner. So I'm supposed to be talking to them on Friday at noon. No, at noon. Yeah, Friday at noon I'll be discussing with the recruiter on Friday for another different position for SunTrust. It's almost the same, it's almost the same position, but universal banker and financial specialist, it seemed all the same to me. So I'll be talking with somebody on Friday over the phone. So so that was it, you know. I feel a breakthrough coming through now. I really do. I feel a breakthrough coming through, and I'm still going to do my tax business. I'm still going to do it. I'm still going to launch my website. And if you go back on that other video that I made prior to this one, when I was live on Google Hangout, I had shared the screen and showed y'all my website. So I'm working on this website, and I will be launching my own business, and I'm going to be doing series of videos, various different tax topics, and then yeah, when it rains, it pours. But you know what? The most important thing is my business. Everything else, I'm just gonna work just to just make that money and just, you know, just make that money and keep staying afloat and do my own business. So that's my #1 priority. I'm not gonna be financially well off working for anyone. I'm not gonna be financially well off even doing all these gig jobs, you know. But it's gonna be a platform for me to go out and meet people, because you know what? If it wasn't for me doing all these jobs, Instacart and Grubhub, I would have never. It would have never led me to the problems, or it never led me to this business venture. Because starting a business, you have to find you have to have a niche. You have to have solve a problem. I saw there was a problem, and I had found a niche. You know, I'm not going to be the typical tax preparer you see that puts up signs on the street telling people, oh, I could give you $4,350. You know, I'm not going to be putting no fake signs out in the street. Those are tax preparers. I'm going to be a consultant. I'm a subject SME on tax law matters and procedures with the IRS. And I saw a niche, I saw a need, and I saw a market. I'm not going to be, H&R Block, Jackson Hewitt. Anybody could go there and get their returns done. You can do it yourself. But when you are 1099 and these gig jobs economies, it's brand new. It's more than just doing taxes. It's about, the Affordable Care Act. Even if Trump was to change it or whatever, I don't think they're gonna do anything with it. All they want to do is try to, appeal something just to turn around and do the same thing that was already been done. But I don't know if that's gonna go through, because now people are kind of, seeing that if the changes he's doing is gonna cost people more, and it's gonna be worse for people. Most of these giggers don't even track their mileage correctly. Exactly. They don't track it correctly. A lot of times people don't know how to leverage your tax liabilities, because let me tell you, if you do this full time, you're going to have to pay some taxes. You're going to pay. If you're fortunate to make, combine all your income doing these gig jobs, say you do, 4 or 5 of these platforms, and you have to work 60 plus hours to really make any kind of money. So if you one of those people who is making, even if you say you make $1,000, I know what taxable income is minus the deductions and standard deductions, and that comes with your standard deduction. But the thing is that with 40% of the people working the gig economy jobs, and the government knows that, they know that that's taxes that they could collect. Oh yeah, that's exactly correct. I could help many people with that simple explanation. But with that simple explanation, and being the fact that I am a 1099 and I do these independent contracting jobs, I already know what they're looking for. But the problem is that when problems arise, when problems arise and you get that letter, some people get that letter saying you haven't filed your taxes from previous years, or you have an estimated tax penalty penalizing you. You owe. We auditing, because let me tell you what let me tell you what's going to happen. Because 40%, 50% of people have now entered this gig economy. That is more returns that they needed to audit. See, it's simple to do when you're a W-2. When you're a W-2, it's easy for them to IRS to do that because everything is automated. You know, you got a W-2, they know how much taxes you paid, they know what you've made. The IRS knows everything. When I worked at the IRS and people call in and saying, I didn't file no tax return, I could just click on the years. It has all the income and all the 1099s, everything that's been reported. I could tell people, say, oh, based on this, and you haven't even done the deductions yet, you're gonna owe. Point blank. The IRS is what they're trying to do. Once they get this automation and collect all these years of data, is they're eliminating people. They're eliminating human people to answer the phone. They're not gonna. I call the IRS myself. I can't even get a hold of nobody. Nobody on the phone. I could be on the phone all day, and if you have a letter, you can't get no explanation. People can't get no kind of help. Don't bother going down to the local tax office, because you're gonna be standing in line after line, in line after line. So if you don't have a point of contact to help you to answer those questions, who has time to sit on the phone and get explanation? And then when you get on the phone, they tell people that when I was working there, they told us, oh, refer them to the website. People say, I got a question about tax law. They don't have tax law specialists anymore to answer those questions. They refer you to the website. And they say, well, I ain't got a computer. Then they tell you to go and go to the library and go to the website. You know, they're gonna tell you to go to the website, or they're gonna tell you to hire an attorney or tax attorney. And tax preparers at H&R Block and Jackson Hewitt are not trained. They're not trained in that complex tax law. So they don't know anything more than you know. And a lot of people are, when I watch a lot of these YouTube videos, I've seen how people marginalize these explanations, how people tell you could track your mileage and you could get that. It's more than that. It's more than just telling somebody to get a app, track your miles, and you could just put it on your tax return. It's more to that. It's so new. This gig economy thing is so new that they always making new laws and rules on that every year. So if you don't know that, then it's more than just going to H&R Block, Jackson Hewitt, going to these small little tax places that's only open 3-4 months out of the year, and then when something happens later on in the year, you can't get a hold of them. You can't find them. Because let me tell y'all, the aftermath comes once tax season is over. Once April 15th has passed, and if you didn't finish your tax return on April 15th, and you ask for an extension to file, yeah, you can use TurboTax. You can use TurboTax, but what about those who got those letters? They're asking you to please provide proof of the deductions. That's what it is. TurboTax is a tool. TurboTax and all these softwares, that's just a tool. You can only, the information you put in there is what you could put in there, but that doesn't mean that it's always correct. If you put the numbers in there, it's going to add and subtract to do everything it needs to do on a computation side. But in terms of explanation, in terms of telling you what's allowed and what's going to be audited. They don't tell you that. They're not going to tell you that. They're not going to tell you that if you have a Schedule A. Hey, Shelly Shell. Okay. Go back and replay this video if you want to, because I have mentioned a lot of different things and updates about Uber. I now got back on with Uber Eats. They finally let me do Uber Eats only. They approved my application to come back, and I'm doing Uber Eats. So I may do it tomorrow. I could do it tonight just to test it out and drive around and see what I get, but I'm cooking dinner. So, but anyway, like I was saying, you could do TurboTax. You could buy the software in the box, and you could, you put in all your numbers, you put in all your figures, and that's good, because when I do people's I will, but it is live now on Great Uber Eats. Okay. Oh, so let me tell y'all. So, I'm going to, when I do people taxes, I will use the same software that's programmed to do the taxes. That's all it is. It's just a tool. That's all. It's just a tool. But it's the information that you have to gather and put together to put in that tool is what's important. That's what the complication come into. I want to be a consultant, not just to be a tax preparer. I'm not a tax preparer. My business is not, okay, I'm just going to do this for about 4 months, and I'm going to just do a bunch of returns, charge about $50, $100, and do a tax preparer. That's a tax preparer. A tax preparer simply plug in numbers, and that's it. Whereas a consultant educates you and tells you how to save on your taxes, how to reduce your taxes. That is what my service is to provide. As a 1099 or self-employed or independent contractor, where, I'm telling you, that Affordable Care Act is not going to go away. Even if Trump was to, he ain't going to repeal it. I don't care what. Even if insurance is required, there's more to being a self-employed individual. You have to think about retirement. You have to think about investments. You have to think about types of insurance, all of those things. That is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be offering a full service boutique year-round service. So that way, when next year January come, you're not just scrambling and people trying to guess and says, oh, I put this app and it tells me I drove 50,000 miles doing Uber and all these other things, and I'm just gonna slap that 50,000 miles on there and that's it. If you think you could put 50,000 miles on that Schedule C for mileage, and you think that your return is not going to be questioned, it's going to be questioned. And the fact of the matter is this: the government or the IRS or the Department of Treasury, their purpose is to collect the taxes. They're going to try to collect as much money in taxes. They know that the majority of the workforce is a gig economy, self-employed. They're not paying. There are no longer W-2 employees where you could just collect the taxes straight up from the get-go, from the beginning. Every time you get your W-2, you get your pay stub, the government collects the tax rate on the spot. With so many people losing their jobs, resorting to 1099 gigs, and this being a gig economy, most of the income that the government has to collect in taxes is now going to come from self-employed. The more people that are self-employed, 1099, not paying taxes throughout the year, Everybody's trying to deduct taxes to become zero tax liabilities, and trying to reduce as much taxes they could pay impossible, because people know they're not going to pay taxes throughout the year. People know they're not going to set aside that money. Some people may think they're setting aside the money. I said, well, I open up another account and I put aside that money in the account, and at the end of the year, I'll just go ahead and take the money out of my account and pay the taxes. But do you know that most of the time people are not saving enough money when they do that? A lot of people are, if you talk about a regular W-2 who's living by paycheck to paycheck, can you imagine if you were 1099 and you working, doing these gig jobs, and you paying your bills every week based on what you make? You don't have enough money to set aside and say, okay, you know what, I'm going to set aside and pay my taxes. Even if you was one of those fortunate people to say you make $4,000 a month, $1,000 every week, and your expenses are $3,000, and we know that $4,000 of that amount is not all money that you get to keep. You have to set aside 26% of that money that you made every month in federal taxes. What about the state? We didn't even get to the state. We didn't talk about the 3 to 2.3% or 3 some percent, 2.3 or whatever the percentage is. I don't know. I can't remember the exact figure that you have to set aside for Social Security. You know, you pay that. You pay Social Security as an individual 1099. It's through the self-employment tax. On the tax return form, it tells you to fill out, you pay self-employment tax, and they put that aside for your Social Security. You know. And then, as an individual, you work for yourself. You know, what about insurance? You know, you really don't have to, you know, sign up insurance for the Affordable Care Act. But if you're a person who's self-employed and you work, you know, these gig kind of jobs, God forbid, you have to have some kind of insurance. I don't have insurance, but I know that the more and more and the longer I keep doing these gig economy jobs, I'm doing some research and trying to find me some very inexpensive insurance, because I live in a state in Georgia, you know, where if you low income or you don't hardly get any income doing these type of jobs, they put such big restrictions for people to get Medicaid in Georgia. They have the state of Georgia, and there's some other states suing the federal government over Medicaid. You know, Medicaid or Medicare. I'm confused. All these different types of programs. You know. So it's a lot. It's a lot of things we have to think about. And I had established a niche, found a niche, a need, and I'm providing this service. Now I'm still gonna be doing my videos about my little commentary of my experience driving with, you know, Uber Eats, but you know, I'm talking about some of my adventures, but I'm focusing more on financial empowerment, especially amongst the gig economy. I want to help those 1099s, people empower themselves to become financially well off, and not under the impression to think that I'm gonna, you know, you're gonna make money being a 1099. But at the same time, the government knows that 40-50% of the people, and then by the year 2018, 2020, they said that 60-70% of people is gonna be working in these gig economy jobs. You wait till Amazon really takes over. Amazon is probably one of the largest employees in the world. And once they start launching that food delivery with groceries and Amazon Prime and all that stuff, they're gonna be hiring independent contractors to do those type of jobs. They're gonna say, okay, well, we're gonna be 1099, you know, come along, partner with us. And even if they do hire you as a W-2, they ain't gonna pay that much. They're gonna pay what, $10, $11 an hour to work at the Amazon Fresh, to work in the fulfillment center. If they hire drivers to do those deliveries, to do those groceries, and and pick up the Amazon food, they're gonna go and do what Uber is doing. They're gonna hire 1099. It's feasible for them to do it. They don't have to pay insurance. They ain't gotta pay workers' comp. They ain't gotta pay benefits. None of that. And there's no regulation either. There's no regulation. You know. So for those who have a job, you know, fortunate to keep their job, you know, you don't know how long that job would last. You know, these companies, they're going to be automated. Good evening. Miss Lady T. I see some new people that I haven't came across. I hope you enjoy my commentary. I make sure I keep track of my food too. I got cooking some roasted chicken legs, well, chicken drumsticks, roasted red peppers, and then I make a salad. It's in the oven cooking, so I gotta make sure. I can smell it right now. I wish I could smell it. It smells good. Boy, I'm so glad I could be able to cook regular food for once and stop eating Chick-fil-A. I mean, damn Chick-fil-A and all those fast food for months. Yes. I'm having a nice, refreshing salad, chicken. How much we owe you? Oh, for this advice? Oh. Just spread my video. Just share my video. That's all I ask. You know. The more I could spread the news and spread this help and assistance, I think that's my purpose. You know, for months I've been trying to say, what's my purpose? What am I supposed to do? What's my purpose? And I said, you know what? As much as I said I hate working at the IRS with all the bureaucracy, I really did enjoy talking about taxes, talking about finance. You know, I've been doing it. I've been talking about it since when I was 18, 19 years old. My first job was working on Wall Street in New York. You know, I had enjoyed that. I had really enjoyed that, talking business. And you know, and one thing about doing these gig jobs, you know, after a year of doing these gig jobs, you know, I was managed to meet a lot of people that really needed my help. And I was tired of looking at people's videos, talking about, you know, oh, you just need to save money for taxes. Everybody said that. Everybody said, you need to save money, put money aside for taxes. But ain't nobody tell nobody how. Everybody said, oh, you can just track your miles. But nobody made no videos. I can say no one made videos. These people made videos, but it was inaccurate. A lot of this stuff wasn't really detailed. It wasn't really, it was real basic. It was, you know, it's that old school knowledge about, well, if you own your own business, you could deduct your mileage, and you could deduct basic things. You know, everybody was just talking basic. But this gig economy is a new form of it's a new animal, put it that way. It's a new animal. And like I said, as more and more people enter these gig economy jobs, the more and more people have questions, and you're not going to be able to reach the IRS. They did these major cutbacks, and people need to call and they want questions. They're not allowed to answer questions anymore. I know, because I worked there. Anybody have any question about tax law, you had to refer them to the website, irs.gov. They are not going to be answering people's questions. when you call on the phone. When you call on the phone, even like you need a transcript. I need a transcript. Can you send me one in the mail? No, you have to go online and request a transcript. I mean, really? I needed a transcript for something. I called the IRS, and it was Miss Scott. I knew who that was. It was right there in Atlanta. I knew exactly who Miss Scott was, former co-worker. But I didn't say nothing. She'll tell me, "Oh, you got to go online and get the transcript so I could file my return for this year." I was like, and I knew it was incorrect. I wrote her name down, number down, and I said, I'll make a complaint. But you know what? I said, you know what? It ain't even worth it. It ain't even worth it. It ain't even worth my time. It ain't worth my breath. Because I got the transcript, I filed my return, and I got my money. You know? So as 1099s, I want to assist y'all and tell y'all what to do to prepare for next year. This year. This is the halfway point in the year. And this halfway point in the year, like I said earlier, one should have already made 2 estimated tax payments. The next one's be September, and then the other one's going to be January of the following year. 4 estimated tax payments should be made. But I'm going to go over that. Like I said, I'm going to make webinars, live streaming, and also leave my information. I'm gonna do one-on-one consultation. If you're in Atlanta, I'll meet with you one-on-one. If you want me to go over some tax returns of previous years, or if you have any letters and you say, I try to reach the IRS, I can't get a hold of them, I need explanation about the letter, I'll explain it. I'll be a authorized agent. I'm already an enrolled agent, so that's what I'll be doing. What time is it? 52 minutes? I know my food should be almost cooked. I'm hungry. But yeah, I'm gonna start doing Uber Eats tomorrow. I ain't gonna do it tonight. It's 8 o'clock. I need to look at my TV shows. Alright, y'all. I smell my food cooking, and I know it's finished. Because I've been on here with y'all for 52 minutes, which I enjoy talking with y'all. So, but leave some comments or questions below. And when I go back to the comments, leave some questions and tell me what y'all want me to cover, And let me tell you, H&R Block and Jackson Hewitt, they're going to charge like $300 to do returns, and I'm going to offer my services for way below that. I'm going to offer the attention that one needs and one has questions on. And even if you're not in Atlanta, hit me up. And follow me on. I'm gonna start. Let me see. You know what? I have Twitter, but it's not really. I have Twitter. Do I have Instagram? I don't know. I'm gonna start marketing a lot of my services on other networks, and start me finish my website. But if you have any questions, concerns, please subscribe to my channel. And like I said, I'm just here to help y'all, and we all in this together. Why should I keep all the knowledge for myself? Why should I get my $2,000+ from my federal and $1,000 something from the state? And I did all these gig jobs, and I'm like, dang, let me share that with other people, tell them what to do. Because, I know. And that's what I want to do. I want to help y'all. And let's all try to empower ourselves and stop all this grinding and running down our cars for all these companies and then at the end you get screwed by the government too. And then they come back and tell you, okay, you owe, you know, and the state, you know, let's not forget the state. Unless you live in Florida, you have state income tax. But, you know, why get screwed by these gig jobs, making all this little bit of money, then turn around, they not paying any corporate income tax, and you turn around have to come up with thousands and thousands of taxes. And I'm telling you, the government is really cracking down on that, and they know 40, 50, 60% of people is going to be 1099, and the least likely they could collect on taxes. That's so stupid. He said running with the pit bulls, not pit bulls, running with the what you call those, the pudgy looking dogs. That's a stupid commercial. But anyway, yeah, you know, think about it. Everybody's doing these gig jobs. Nobody's not really paying taxes. They gotta wait on the money, and oh, it's just gonna be a mess. But anyways, let's not let that happen. I'm here to help y'all. And let me go downstairs because I know I can smell my food cooking. So let me go ahead and take it out the oven. It's finished. I'll come back later. Maybe I can show you my plate. See what I've been eating. That'll be my fitness video, my eating plan. Alright, y'all. Talk to y'all later. And stay safe. Shelly Shell and Kevin, Joseph. Who else I need to say a shout out to?
A trilogy of goodness. Natural cheese, dried fruit, and nuts.
Dorian.
Ingredients that live as one. Savory, salty, sweet. A triangle, perfectly balanced. Three's Company, the Musketeers. And in the eyes of real cheese people, never ever.
Other Miss Lady T.
Find them in the Sargento cheese section.
All of my YouTube subscribers, and I'm sorry, y'all more than subscribers to me. Y'all friends. All of y'all. So alright, y'all, I'm back. Why I keep getting these dang, Hey, Lexi, you came on at the end of my, spill. The dang. How you doing this evening? Lexi. About to finish my dinner. Everybody left. That day ain't finished. Let me show y'all. Look. Tomatoes. Alright, let me put this phone down before I drop it. Alright, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later.